As we celebrate Independence Day, we look at the United States of America, and we as Catholics, and I couldn't tell you when this happened, dedicated the United States to Mary under the title of the Immaculate Conception. It was probably Pius XII who dedicated the United States. So the great shrine in Washington is dedicated to the Immaculate Conception. So the Immaculate Conception becomes the patroness of the United States. It's Mary under the title of Immaculate Conception. There's so many titles, but that one pretty much succinctly says who she is, the Immaculate One. So the scriptures I chose today are from the Mass of Mary, although the prayers at the Mass are from the Independence Day celebration prayers. And the first reading was so interesting and how appropriate. It was from the book of Revelation, and John is saying, I saw a new heaven and a new earth. And isn't that what our ancestors came here for? Whether you recently arrived or in the 1800s, maybe even earlier, our ancestors came here looking for a new and heavenly Jerusalem. They didn't call it Jerusalem, although the pilgrims did. A new and heavenly place of freedom. And one of the freedoms that Francis continuously reminds us of is the freedom to worship, the freedom to choose your religion and worship as you see fit. And we as Catholics have been beneficiaries of that freedom. One, we are honoring Mary, who is the source of freedom, who freely gave herself to God. When the angel said, you want to be the mother of God, basically she said, okay, let it be done to me according to your word. Freedom. When the time was right, and our ancestors had to fight to come here and pray freely, and they did. And so many of our sisters and brothers of various backgrounds, especially the Native African American, want that same freedom that the majority of Americans has, because we come from a European background, basically, Northern Europe, and we were here first, basically. The English were here first. But before that, the Native Americans were here. The Iroquois, the Apache, all of them. So that freedom that we celebrate today, and we'll celebrate tonight with the fireworks and all that, is not completely fully won yet as a nation. And as a church, we have Jesus Christ. He's our brother and Lord, given to us in birth by Mary. So we have the greatest gift that exists since creation, and yet not everyone is respecting that gift, respecting or believing, and some even denying. And the irony is, we're in the United States of America and we're protected by certain rights, and one of those rights is freedom of religion and, I'm going to paraphrase, voicing your opinion, freedom of speech. So we don't always appreciate and utilize the freedoms that we have, either as Americans or as Catholics. The freedom we have as Catholics is direct access to God and the vision of seeing all the people around us as our brothers and sisters made in the image of God. We don't have that freedom yet. We haven't quite arrived as a people yet. The book of John that described the Revelation is called the book of the end times, the book of revealings, the book of uncoverings. And what John was doing in his vision, was uncovering the future, the new heaven and new earth. Let's pray each day for a new United States, a renewed United States based on justice for all.